Hey, what's up guys? Today I will show you how to block ads on Safari and especially on YouTube for your YouTube videos. For example, if you want to watch your favorite chef cooking some quick and simple recipes and you don't want to first go through 2 to 3 different ads, that's how you block them. So let's go to the App Store. There are many different ad blockers out there. Most of them are not that good. Some of them are very expensive and not very effective and so on. The one I'm using right now for several years is Adguard. Adguard is a very simple ad blocker. They do have a subscription model, but you do not need that. So let's first agree to the privacy policy and so on. That's okay. Go through the first setup, and as I said, you do not need to subscribe to anything. So just click this one away, and that's the whole installation process. You do not need any notifications. You can click that away. So the only thing you need to make sure is here that the Safari protection is turned on. That's the only thing you need to do at the very beginning. Now let's go to our settings and now make sure that Adguard is enabled. Now in our settings we go to Safari now and then to the extensions. And here in the extension setting you can see that Adguard is now enabled for all these different content blocking categories. So make sure that all these ones here are enabled. And now let's go back to Safari, but before I do that, I will clear the history and website data for Safari. So let's start fresh, that you can see what's going on right now. So let's go to YouTube. So and the first thing you can see is a cookie warning. The cookie warnings from Google are really annoying because you cannot block them. I haven't found so far any cookie blockers and ad blockers who can block these Google cookie warnings. They're really annoying, and that's why normally everybody is just clicking here on I agree. What you normally want to do is click on customize. And then here you have 3 different options. So you do not want your search to be customized, so that Google is storing your search history and so on, and then giving you, based on that, some personalized suggestions. You do not need that. You do not need Google to store your YouTube history, and you do not need Google to personalize all these ads. So you can click here for all of the on off, and then click here on confirm. So because it's Google, it redirects you again to YouTube. Now what happened here? So Adguard is blocking right now all links and everything that's related to Google Ads. And that's why the redirection to YouTube didn't work. And that's why here it says now that the URL was blocked by a content blocker. So Adguard blocked the Google Ads backlink to YouTube. So what you just need to do right now is go back to YouTube, and then the cookie warning is gone, and now you should be free to watch whatever you want to, for example our favorite chef here. So Adguard is now blocking in the background the first ad, and that takes a few seconds. I'm not quite sure what's going on in the background, but that's always what will happen. But that's okay, because after just a few seconds normally the video will show up. And as you can see here now, that's one thing. You have to click here now on skip ad.
Some of the best street food I've ever eaten was in Asia.
And the skip ad button is not appearing on all videos. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and that's why for me it's not a big problem. Let's try out another video. It just takes a few seconds, but that is for me perfectly okay, instead of watching annoying ads. That's the second ad. It tries to load in the background. Click on skip ad, and there you go. That's your video. The skip ad button is normally not that, it's not popping up that often. Let's go to another video here. And the second ad. And there you go. That's your video. Okay, so instead of going through 30 seconds of continuous ads, it's just loading a few seconds and then there's your video. So in my opinion, that's quite an efficient way of like blocking ads right now. So let's go back to our settings, because there are other things you want to make sure in Safari. So for example, in your Safari settings, you want to block pop-ups. So you can enable here blocking pop-ups. You can as well enable prevent cross-site tracking. So you don't want Google to store cookies in the background and then track you across different websites to give you personalized ads. You do not need to have that. The same here for hide IP address from trackers. You can enable this one too. And then you can enable the fraud website warning and privacy preserving ad elements. So you can enable all these different settings. What you shouldn't do is block all cookies, because cookies are necessary, especially for the websites where you need a login to store your credentials for the session. So if you block all cookies, some of the websites you visit will normally not work or not work properly. Okay, and that's pretty much it. And then you can go here to content blockers, make sure that all websites is here enabled for the use of content blockers. And that's pretty much it. So the whole installation process is very, very simple. And for Adguard, that's the same. They have a premium model, but so far for YouTube, it's perfectly fine to just have the Safari protection enabled and the DNS protection, advanced protection. I haven't so far found like any considerable advantage of having these things. I have another, I do have the premium subscription for Adguard, but I'm not sure if these two are really worth it to have. But I think I will make another video about that. So yeah, and everything else is pretty much already set up for you. And as I said, like Adguard is a very simple app that's just doing his job and is working right now. So have fun and see you next time.